Hello everybody, my name is Duglas.
And my name is Katrin.
And we are talking to you from Estonia.
We have 5 beautiful models for you with haircuts and colors that I hope that you really will like.
So let's enjoy together. That's the creation we created for you. This is our collection, or actually it's our inspiration of the collection I'm Possible from NYCE 2021 Spring Summer. It's absolutely amazing that even if the world is upside down at the moment, we still can create things, even if it sometimes is difficult, it's hard. We had absolutely amazing backstage team who helped us today. Even our elder star hairdressers are in the quarantine at the moment, but the youngsters stepped in and helped me and Katrin today. So we can share with you the new collection, we can give you some ideas. It's all about making impossible things happening, making it possible. So we touch a little bit about each model just to make you understand the inspiration we got from the original collection. We added our own touch to it because we decided that we will work on the live models to give you the understanding that it is actually fantastic products we're working with. And the integrity of the products, if you understand them, it's amazing. The results are amazing. We also have some great news for you that new products are coming on board, which even make our work easier. So here I have my first model, Letizia. And what we did, her original look in the original collection is dark shades with green. But because we are living in the Baltics and it's a very European hair type we have, we were playing with a situation which seemed a little bit impossible to achieve the result we achieved. We have a new product, which is our new bleach, Deco Shine 9, which lifts up to 9 levels. So we used the new bleach. Absolutely fantastic results. The hair texture after the bleach is amazing. The shine is amazing. The condition of the hair is amazing. But the main thing is we lifted the hair so that there was no yellow in it. We didn't have to neutralize anything. We just played with the tones that we wanted to. About the haircut, it's a very texturized haircut, you can see it. So we layered it through and we play with different lengths. We created the shape a little bit short to long, round. And the colors we're using are green, it's dye mask, mixed with gray. Then we have gray purely in the middle, and then we have the ice lavender with a little bit of pink and a little bit of blue in it to give it more strength. And the good news is that pink is back. So this is the look Letizia for you. The next two girls, they are actually the same model. And they are called Pepe from the original collection. And the original collection is from blonde to dark. So our blonde to dark, our positive model is over there. But we also decided to create a negative from yin and yang. So this is our dark to blonde model. So what we did here, it's a very strong haircut. We have long hair, which we had to pre-bleach with our Deco Shine 9, of course. And we then toned it down to this kind of a little bit of washed out rosé, reddish copper tone. We used color oil here to give maximum shine and maximum strength to the color and longevity, but also we left the dark pieces underneath. And with the haircut, we created a very strong line around the face shape, slightly shorter to longer, and we decided the length depending on the face shape. So designed it later with the styling products, and it is very, very strong, very compact, very nice haircut and color. Our next model, who is actually the same, but just the reversed version, she came in and she had a very long regrowth and old, a little bit greasy, yellowish green color on the length. And she says, I want to be darker. But her natural color, because of the way our hair is, was lighter. So we can't create dark color on the root area. So what we did, we used from HD cream gel color 11.0 with 40 volume, because we wanted very natural soft color to blend in with her previous box color from the supermarket. And then to give her the depth and the darkness she wanted, we used dye mask dark brown, and we blended it in to the length and blended it in on the sides, just on the tips of the haircut, to emphasize the sharpness of the haircut. To get the very nice and even result from the blonde to the darker, you can see there is quite a difference in it. We use Take Care Equalizer in the middle part, just to use softness. Take Care Equalizer makes the darkness a little bit softer and lighter, so it gives this kind of very nice, soft, flowing color from one to another. And the ends, we just use the dark brown purely. Amazing result, an amazing styling. We used water-based wax, which is not too much heaviness in it, but at the same time a lot of definition. So great looks, our blonde to dark, our dark to blonde, and our very nice fashion color model. And Catherine's amazing models over there.
Yes, I'm going to introduce you two remaining models. With Eleonora, we used more like a dye mask and pre-bleaching. With the curly shapes, we used color oil and a little bit of mixture with dye mask color effects. What I love about NYCE products is that there are so good tools to work with. They have little nuances that make them special. And also with the haircuts and the color styles, it doesn't have to be really extreme, it doesn't have to really strong. It has little bits and pieces that makes them special. And with Eleonora, we have this shorter textured shape with shorter haircut on the back, on the top. But what is most amazing for me is those little bits and pieces in front of the hairline, on the sides and in the front, that gives you the space of playing around, making different kind of hairstyles. You can also play with color. It doesn't have to be the way I present to you, but you can also go very creative, create nuances that are a little bit different than mine. So with this haircut, you can go a little bit softer, you can go a bit more extreme with contrast. And with dye mask, you can intermix everything together. You can instantly see the result, what you create while mixing them in the bowl. So if you have this kind of urge of experiencing and being really creative, then seeing this result, how we pre-bleached with Shine 9, Shine 9 cleans the hair so beautiful, so evenly. The hair strength remains, the hair wellness remains, everything is perfect. Later on, using dye mask with endless opportunities of mixing different kind of shades, you can go totally crazy, totally creative. With our curly style, we were playing a little bit more like a softer, maybe a little bit more warmer tones. But what we did, we gave it a little bit like this different touch, like a little nuance. We didn't just color the roots dark and we didn't go lighter on the ends, but we gave it a little bit of a different touch by using a technique, pre-bleaching a little bit of lightness. So every time the hair moves, it gives a little bit different nuances. Also, she can use this while having a straight hair or having curly or wavy. The colors will play with each other very nicely. We left the shape, the hair cutting line really soft textured, more of a round layers to create this shape. So with curly hair, as it is more in shape, we didn't add very strong lines because we wanted to be more of a glam rock, a little bit messy, a little bit wilder. So this is enough to give a little bit of movement so the color can be free and the hair can be free. I hope you really like this, what we have presented for you, because we had a lot of fun. We are very grateful for our team. Thank you, Lee. Thank you for our beautiful models. This was such an inspiration. Thank you.
Yeah, and also I think that we stopped some people passing by because of the look of the models. I think every woman wants to be noticed. So don't be afraid to recommend these styles to your customers. Do it, especially now where there's nothing going on in the world. So use the chance to be different. We are different. This is our model Francesca today. She's our curly look. If we think of our hair types in Nordic countries or European hair types, then it's normally very fine hair and very straight hair. So it seems impossible to have volume, it seems impossible to have curly hair, but we made it possible. If we know our tools, if we know our versatility of the products, if we know what we do, we can create things. So we can turn impossible into possible. What we've done here, we created a nice haircut for Francesca and also a hair color, and we will style the hair. But maybe Katrin will first explain about the haircut.
Hello. With this haircut, we used very soft techniques, lots of texturing and round layers. Because this is a curly model, this is more about the shape, the roundness shape, the movement of the hair. Also, since we have rather straighter or a little bit wavier hair, this also gives the chance to wear either with curly hair or with straighter hair.
What we did, we darkened the root area with color oil, which is our ammonia-free oil-based hair color. And we have great news for you. There will be 17 new nuances in color oil shades, which will make it 68 shades in total. So hope we can really use them soon. So we used level number 4 on the root area, and we used 844 with a little bit of red in it for the ends. But to create a little bit of different texture in the hair, to bring the texture out, what we did, we used a hello section, then big triangulars under the hello section, and we actually used our Deco Shine 9, which is our new bleach. It is a bleach which can lift hair up to 9 levels. Absolutely amazing product. The quality of the hair and the shine after we use the products is amazing. The way it lifts the hair is amazing. It's so easy to lighten the hair without using very high peroxides. So what we did, we used triangular shapes around the head in the middle part and pre-lighten the hair just to add, because we do the curls, just to add a little bit of different color into the hair. So it brings out the brightness of the curls. And we toned it down with dye mask. So we used Ice Vanilla and Deep Purple a little bit. And what I will do now, we will style the hair going for the, as Katrin already said, with curly hair, it's always about the shape. So I'm using Perfect Flex Wax for that, really rubbing it into my hands. It's very important that we can't make hairdos with only water and blow dryer. We have to use products. So we already used some products here before we actually styled it. And now I'm using the water-based wax, which is very light, doesn't make the hair too heavy, doesn't make it greasy, but at the same time, it defines the curls. So I will just work through the curls and start shaping the hair, bringing out the different shades in the color. And depending now on the hair type, I can either work from top to bottom, or I can work through the hair, actually adding some extra volume and bringing the hair higher. Also, a good trick is just to push back a little bit the curl. So I'm going for the style, for the look. If you think of glam rock, which is one of our inspirations this time, glam rock in 70s and 80s, it was all about massive hair. It was all about even men starting using makeup and going really wild. So big hair, that was really in, and we are going for actually glam rock look here. So I really hard work through the hair to get all the texture out, to make all the curls play for me. And as you see, I'm using the wax, but it doesn't weigh the hair down. It doesn't make them heavy. It adds shine, it adds definition. I take a little bit more. So don't be afraid when you have curly hair to use it. You can use quite a big amount, but just start with a little bit and add. Don't add everything in one time because it might be too much for you. So as you can see, we just look and we do what seems right. There is no specific rules. Just one tip maybe not to make it too frizzy. So you have to know when you stop. I don't have a mirror here, so I'm really hoping that it has the shape I'm going for. More volume in the top and a little bit less in the bottom. I hope you like it. My lovely model Sandra, we created on her hair a look from the original collection called Pepe. So as you can see, it's a very sharp and edgy haircut. We have shorter areas around the face. She actually had long hair when she came into the salon and it was all one length. But when we showed her the look, she really was happy to do it. So in original model, it also has a fringe, but we don't because of the way the hair grows around the face. So we went for the just one longer shape around the face. So we were working using her face shape to create the length, slightly shorter in the front and very, very gently going longer towards the ear. And as you can see, if you look on her feature, it really complements the face shape. Regarding the hair color, our model had a very, very long regrowth of her natural hair, almost lower of the horseshoe section. Her natural level was level 7 with a little bit of warmth in it, and the length of the hair was colored before using different colors. So it was goldish, a little bit of copper, a little bit of blonde. The very end of the hair, the length of the hair was a little bit damaged. So what did we do? We wanted to go for a very new look and try something different, make impossible things seem possible. So she said she would like to be also darker, not so light. But we can't go with the dark root area because of her natural level. Otherwise, each month she would have 1 centimeter of lighter regrowth if we go darker. So what we did for her hair is that we went darker in the length. It is quite unusual. It's, I think, very new and complementary look for her. So I used on the length darker shade to give her that depth what she wants. So on the root area we used 11.0 from HD cream gel color. We used it with the 40 volume, applied it first on the regrowth and then blended it further on the old, maybe a little bit not so clean gold hair. So we got quite a nice even result. Dye mask is a brilliant product to try the color on. So what we did, to get a very nice blending from the golden natural to the darker shades, we also use Take Care Equalizer. So on the mid-length, we apply it first on the dry hair, Take Care Equalizer, and then we blend it through Take Care Equalizer, the dye mask, dark brown, up to the very ends. As you can see, it gives her a very nice shade and the depth she was looking for. But because the haircut is so strong, we also added some edginess around the face. She was so brave to cut it short, so we wanted to make a little contrast on the line around the face. It's also done with the dark brown dye mask. So she will wash it out at home with time, but it's a good way to actually try if she likes it. And if she does, obviously we can use from now on color oil, for example, to create the look if she wants more permanent result. And as you can see, the color really starts working for her. It's absolutely amazing. And the quality of the hair and the shininess of the hair, it's amazing. Also, I have to say that 11.0 from HD works brilliantly. We can't see any difference in the hair color from the top going over to the old color, so it blends nicely in. So this is a strong look. This is an attitude look, but it looks absolutely gorgeous. I hope you like it. This is fashion, and this is a nice young girl who wants to look good, feel good, and try on new things. So we made impossible into possible. We did darker hair on blonde hair. So still being blonde. Thank you. This is our next model from the same model Pepe from the original collection. And we did two similar models for you because we actually really like the look. And we created the so-called negative and positive black and white. The previous model was with light hair, and we went from light to dark. So here, what we did, we went from dark to lighter, but using actually the same haircut and the similar understanding of the style. So we also created shorter hair around the face. She now has also a fringe, which is from the original collection. Her color, before we started working on her hair, her natural level was level 5. She had a regrowth. Then she had a very strong black part, which was level 2. And the ends were lighter, level 7, level 8. So what we wanted to achieve here, we wanted to go from dark to lighter, but not have dark to blonde. So we used level 3.0 of color oil on the root area. But before that, we had to lift a little bit of the old color, which I said was quite deep down on the sides and in the back. So we used some techniques to pre-lighten the old color, and we used, I have to show you, it's a new product. This is Deco Shine 9, which is lightening powder, which lightens up to 9 levels. Absolutely amazing product. It worked on, it was a box color from the supermarket. It was level 2, and we easily lightened it with Deco Shine 9 so that we reached the desired level. We used a little bit of soft technique so that the dark goes over to the lighter shades in a soft way. On the top area, we applied on the pre-lightened hair 662 mixed together with 9.135 color oil. So we toned it down into this very nice, a little bit washed out shade. but we left the underneath dark so that the colors very nicely blend in. As you can see, we have darker, we have lighter, we have a little bit of rosé, we have a little bit of copper. It looks absolutely fantastic. The quality of the hair after using Deco Shine 9 is amazing. The product itself is amazing. We were blown away by it. So I think that a strong look to a young girl, adding a little bit of softness and texture around the face, nice colors blended together. The tones work for her skin, the haircut works for her face shape. It's a very nice, strong look. And I think it's edgy. I also use a little bit of hairspray just to keep the hair in place and finish the look. So when you work with customers, they very often enter the salon and they have so many desires, which you think that you need really good tools to achieve the result, but you also need a really good knowledge. So that's why we are here today, to get new ideas, new inspiration, see how the products can work, see how the colors can blend, get ideas, go and do it. I think she looks absolutely fantastic. So this is our Pepe look from the original collection from I'm Possible, Spring, Summer 2021. Thank you. So this is our next model. This model is called Letizia, from the original collection from NYCE. And we created a little bit of different emotion here, because the original model had dark hair with green underneath. But our model, because of the hair she had before, we decided to go for a different color look. We still use the same haircut. So to explain, as you can see, it's very soft, very versatile, very kind of textured and nice haircut. So how to create this one? About sectioning of the hair, after I created the perimeter of the hair, the round shape from short to long, I divided the hair into two, using the radial section from the top of the head to the tip of the ear, both sides. From there, I created the triangular fringe from the top of the head to the recession. So I had my triangular fringe, my two sides, and my back area. So I started creating the haircut from the back. I divided the hair into V-section, and the lower part of the back area, I pulled all the hair out and I cut them square, using the length from the perimeter. So I created layers in the lower part to give the softness and this kind of distracted feel on the perimeter. Next section was above the lower section. I used high elevation. I lifted the hair up as high as possible and used texturizing technique going short to long. So the point was that it overhangs the length in the bottom. The top section, I used a little bit of roundness using the hair shape, just taking off the heaviness from the crown area. So I elevated the hair 90 degrees out of the head and I created a round shape. Then I created a fringe, which is a little bit round and soft underneath. And all the fringe area, I found my guideline from the radial section, and I elevated and I over-directed all the fringe area to my guideline. So I cut it so it's short to long towards the face. And then working through the sides. First, diagonal back section. I created a nice line around the face to kind of blend in the fringe and the sides. And then work through the side section with pivoting sections, elevated them up, and worked from short to long. So there's a lot of movement. There's a different length in this hair, so you can see how well it is movable and how you can play with the look. Regarding the hair color, as you can see, it's absolutely amazing hair color, and it's very creative. And we did use dye mask, which means that she can be blonde again if she wants. Before we started coloring, she had about 10 centimeters of regrowth, and then she had used box colors at home. So she had different shades in the hair. She was blonde, but she also used some supermarket intense tones, which still were in the hair. You could see them, you can't get them so easily out. So what we did, we used Deco Shine 9 to pre-bleach the hair. And we only used 15 volumes with Deco Shine 9. Her natural level was level 7. The lift was mind-blowing. There was no yellow at all after we lifted the hair. It lifted so well. The texture of the hair was amazing. In the sink when we were washing the bleach off, it was really nice, it was shiny, it was good feel under the fingers. So after that, what we used for toning the hair, we used as sections, a hello section, then a big circular section. So we divided the hair basically into 3 different layers, proportionally similar amount. So they were proportionally same. The hello, the big circle, and the hair underneath. In the top section, what we used was ice lavender. But to get more intense shade, we added some blue of dye mask and we added some pink of dye mask to get more intense look of ice lavender. In the middle part, we used gray. You can see the lighter bits, it's dye mask gray. And in the other sections, it was the same as the top color, ice lavender, pink and blue. The green, what we created, this is green dye mask mixed with gray, just to distract the green, and it also we added a little bit of ice vanilla to give the lightness, so it wouldn't be so strong. All together, I think the shades work really cool together. It is a very strong attitude style, and I will make it even more distressed now to get the look what I was going for. I'm using again a water-based wax, clear flex wax, and I just work through the hair. The texture of the hair after all this, what we kind of created here, is very nice. It's very good. And I want to get a really strong look with a lot of definition, a lot of different hair pieces and colors working through. And you can see how the haircut starts moving around because it's layered through, it's textured through, it's different length, it's short to long. I am working towards the face just to make the fringe area a bit heavier and look around the face stronger. I absolutely love the colors. You have to be brave to try this kind of colors on, but a lot of young people are. Oj, vad monster. And because we can change the color, because it's dye mask, you don't need to be afraid of trying different things.
Hello, my name is Katrin and I'm going to introduce to you Eleonora haircut and color. So at first I would like you to see what we have done haircut wise. With this haircut we have a lot of movement and length around the face in the fringe area. On the back area we have it shorter, textured. Of course, a lot depends on the hair type, a lot depends on your own preferences, how long or how soft you would like the haircut to be. This is a little bit more funkier, maybe a little bit more fierce line. And what we have done, or what I have done, is we started with our first division from the occipital lobe horizontally, and we cut our length approximately 2 centimeters from the hairline. We continued with vertical sections parallel to the head. We got our length from the perimeter, creating a square line from occipital bone to the hairline. We continue with our second section, which is from radial to radial. We get our length from our perimeter and we cut the length 2 radial sections, creating a square shape. On the sides, we continue with cutting the hair, getting our length from the radial sections, and we cut our second section, directing it to the first. Our third section we over direct to the second, but the last, fourth, the fifth we over direct to the first section. This way we create quite a lot of length and softness around the hair. The same thing is with the opposite side. The top area from radial to the hairline, we got our length from the radial section and we continue cutting by over directing the next section to the last. So we cut our second section to the first, our third section to the second, but our fifth, sixth section we over direct to the radial on our first section again. So this creates a longer fringe in front of the face. With the hair color, at first we used Shine 9 to pre-bleach the hair. She was on the level of 5 and she also had a little bit of different kind of shades and length-wise a little bit different kind of light and darker bits on the hair. So her outgrown was about 2 centimeters on the level of 5. In the middle she had a mixture of highlights and color. The color was on the level of 8 goldish shade, and the ends were on the level of 10.2. We used Shine 9 to pre-bleach and eliminate all the different kind of shades and darker bits from the hair. With the color we used dye mask, and we sectioned the horseshoe part and we used a little bit of different kind of mixtures of dye mask on the top area. So as you can see, we have a little bit of more intense colors on the top, and we have a little bit more pastel, a little bit more softer, pinkish, violetish color. So on the top area, we used 9 parts of luxury gold and 1 part of deep purple, maximum 1 to 2 centimeter thick highlights. We started with the dye mask highlight. We left the second section light. Again, we used dye mask, 9 parts luxury gold and 1 part deep purple. Again, we left blonde in the middle. With the radial part, here, we used diagonal sections also with the dye mask highlight, leaving blonde in the middle, dye mask highlight, blonde in the middle. Once we had the meshes in the hair, we used the same formula from the dye mask, 9 parts of luxury gold and 1 part deep purple. We diluted half and half with Take Care Equalizer, and we applied it to the rest of the hair that was outside of the horseshoe section and in the middle of the meshes. I will use Creative Flex Wax. You have to really work it to activate it. Everything you use, activate with the warmth of your hands. That way, you get the maximum benefit of the styling products. And the softer or the freer your hand movement is, the more natural and cooler the end result is. Don't be afraid to mess up the hair and play with it. See what it does. Don't forget to style the root area, because if you want some strength or some direction for the hair, the direction comes from the roots. So if you only style the length, you won't have full control. And you will get a lot of more volume, you get a lot more control for the hair. You can be totally unlimitless how you want to wear it. Do you want it more messy or you want it more girly? If you leave a little bit length to the fringe, if you leave a little bit length on the sides, you can have different hair color cuts or different hairstyles every day. Because the way you work with the haircut later with the products gives like totally different look and feeling. You don't have to be crazy every day. You can be a good girl one day and rock glam girl the other day. Of course, this gives you a lot of opportunity to give your own style to it, because once you finish the haircut line, you always personalize it with different kind of texturing techniques. So how heavy or how long you leave around the face, how short or how textured is your back area. how you leave it on the neck, the length and the thickness of the hair. It all depends on your imagination, your handwriting, if I must say. Hairspray is also a very good way to finish the hairdo, because it gives you the last touch of the hair. It is seamless. I love the soft hairspray because you can almost not feel it in the hair, but you can see how it fixes the hair, how it gives you the hold you need. So if you want to finish your hairdo, but you don't want very strong result, you can use the soft hairspray. So this is a very nice way to show how the finishing products make everything more alive. So never underestimate the importance of styling products. So this is our Eleonora. I hope you like it. Thank you.